Hello, my internet friends. I am officially back. If you haven't visited my channel already, I just posted 3 videos back to back because I had so many clips and I even had 2 whole videos that were filmed and just not edited because my December was insane. Not only did I have my birthday and Christmas and New Year's all in December, but time just really flew by in December. I didn't do any social media work in December. I stopped on like December 11th or something like that. I didn't post, I didn't edit, I didn't do any marketing or anything like that. I did have a market on December 20th. After that, I really had no motivation to do anything. I didn't stop crocheting though, so we do have quite a few project updates. I did not keep up on any computer work. And this partly has to do with just the mental state I am in with my job. I currently work a full-time desk job. It pays my bills. I keep telling myself that it's just, temporary and it's paying the bills and it's what's getting me by. It's giving me the financial stability to be able to do this and to be able to start my own business and hopefully be able to get my business in a place where that's what gives me financial stability. It is pretty hard just finding the motivation to come home and do computer work after working on a computer all day. Also, just having any motivation to do anything creative because I don't have a lot of time when I get home from work. I only have about like 3 or 4 hours to do anything that I want to do, and usually half of that time is cooking dinner and getting the house picked up and whatever else it may be. So there's really just not enough hours in the day. I'm just really trying to pick up that motivation again because I was doing very well with keeping up on editing and keeping up on social media and stuff like that. So now another thing that's really affecting me and my motivation and just the state of mind that me and my family have been in is just what's going on in my country. It's very hard to find any motivation or any positivity just in daily life and just having any positive outlook on future or anything just because of what we're going through here in the US. I don't want to get too much into it. I do want to say that what is happening in my country is absolutely disgusting. I don't want to touch on it too much because I really want my channel to just be that little escape that you have to get away from anything that you're going through. But I can't not say anything because it directly affects me and my family and people that I know and love. So not only do we have seasonal depression, terrible job, crazy things happening in America and in the world for that matter. I really wanted to use New Year's weekend to like reset and stuff, but it did not happen that way because I ended up getting sick. So New Year's Eve, I really started feeling it. And so I started taking this homeopathic medication. The Monday after New Year's was the last day I took the medication. And then Tuesday, I was full blown sick. So I think if I would have continued it, maybe it would have worked better. I had a migraine. My boss put me on a doctor's note restriction. So anytime that I call into work, even though I have 30 plus hours of sick time, she's requiring me to get a doctor's note. I ended up driving about 20 minutes in the sun with a migraine to get this doctor's note so that way I could stay home from work. I called out one day from work because, like I said, I needed to get a doctor's note. So I really could only call out for one day. And that one day was me going to the doctor's office with a migraine and not getting any rest. And then I slept terrible that night. So then I ended up getting sicker and I had to go to work sick for like 3 days. So I lost my voice. I was coughing. There were people sick and stuff at my work. So I kind of knew I was going to get sick, but I was trying to avoid it. And I think because I was so stressed out, and then after New Year's, all that stress came crashing down. And I think that's really what like tipped the scale over me getting sick. We're not sick anymore. We're really trying to figure things out and get caught up and just back on Instagram and back on social media. Because once you take a break, it's so hard to come back to. If I start scrolling, I get stuck there and I just really have not been feeling like being on my phone and having any type of screen time or anything like that. I'm just trying to find that balance between using social media as a tool versus getting stuck on social media. if that makes sense. And if you have that issue, let me know because I feel crazy. Also, I wanted to give you a little update on my health. Back in October, I did get radiation to kill my thyroid because I have Graves' disease, which is hyperthyroidism, which means my thyroid works way too hard. But I ended up getting radiation back in October to fix this. I've been waiting to see if it's working because they have to wait like 3-ish months to see how my thyroid hormones have leveled or what the situation is. So I ended up getting my blood drawn yesterday. I did already get the results, but I haven't seen a doctor yet. But my results look pretty good. I initially thought that it didn't work because my TSH, which is this thyroid stimulating hormone, was super high. Like the normal is between 0.4 and 1.5, I think, and my TSH is at 103. I saw that number and I was instantly disappointed that the radiation didn't work because I'm thinking that, you know, a high number means I have a high thyroid. TSH is what is produced to balance your thyroid hormone. If it's super high, that means your thyroid hormone is super low and it needs to balance it. It looks like I'm in hypothyroidism now. So now I assume what's going to happen is I'm going to be put on levothyroxine, which is just a synthetic thyroid hormone. I haven't really been feeling any different or any better. Honestly, I think I've been feeling worse, not only physically, but mentally. And I can't tell if the mental thing is just because of seasonal depression or if my mental health is directly related to what's happening with my thyroid and what's happening physically with my body. I see my doctor on Monday, so I'll have a lot more insight. I just wanted to touch on it a little bit because it has been like 3 months since I've had that procedure, and I'm hoping that I'm not going to have it again. So enough about health and me and just depressing things. We're gonna get into crochet, what you all are here for. I have this post-it note that I'm reading because I didn't want to forget anything because it's been so long since we've chatted that I didn't want to forget to mention anything. First things first, I want to give you some WIP updates because last we had talked about crochet in general. I was preparing for a market. Now that market is long gone. That was a whole month ago, which I can't believe that was a whole month ago. I know that I was working on the loopy layer tapestry in that video. Good news, I did finish it, sort of. The tapestry is done and attached to the dowel, and it's actually hung up in my rec room right now. If you want to see the process of this tapestry, or I should say the beginning of the process of this tapestry, it is in the December archives video that's on my channel. I did not film any of the ending of that project because by the time I got back to it after my market, I really just wanted to get it done because it was just taking up so much of my brain. I needed to get it done. So I didn't end up filming anything or talking about the ending of that project, but it is done and it is hung up. However, it is not steamed and I did not cut down the dowel yet. I just wanted to get it hung up because my mom was here a couple weekends ago hanging up some shelves and some artwork and stuff in my house. So I had asked her if we could hang it just because since it's done already, I wanted to get it hung so that way I wouldn't procrastinate doing that part of it. We have our desk here. I'm filming right now, so this is why this looks like that. But we have our desk here and then it's in front of a window and I hung it above the window. So I try to center it as best as possible. I have not steam blocked her yet and I have not cut down the dowels. As you can see, they're like sticking out a bunch. So I really want to cut those down as much as possible so you can't really see the dowel. I do want to get her to be a little bit more straight on the corners, but I'm really proud of it. It's literally my second tapestry ever and I completely designed it and executed it. So I'm proud of it. I really have some issues with color changing on the wrong side. As you can see on like the O's especially, it's just not very clean. So that was the only thing that I'm not comprehending. Like, I don't know how to get those clean edges. It's a huge piece. I think it ended up being 14 inches wide and I think it was like 40 inches long. So it's a huge piece, and especially for my second piece is kind of crazy. But all in all, I really love how the tapestry turned out. My husband loves it and it really fills in the space perfectly. I know you guys did see this scarf completed. And then I ended up making another scarf out of that mermaid yarn that I've had, a beanie, and leg warmers. I still have more of this yarn. It is like never ending. I also had quite a few custom orders in December and this month already. I also made 2 jar cozies for a sourdough starter jar. I didn't take any photos of these because I don't personally have sourdough jars, so I wasn't able to model it. But I'll put up a picture. I think she sent me a photo of her jar in it. And then I'll also include the Pinterest that I kind of got the idea from, because I thought it was really cool to have this little window so you could see the level of your sourdough starter. I was just going to do a full sleeve, but then I was thinking like that's going to be so annoying. You're going to have to like take it on and off just to check the levels of your sourdough starter. So when I saw this on Pinterest, I was like, oh, that's a really good idea. And so I sent it to her and she was totally down for it. So that's what I ended up doing. I just used some Lily Sugar and Cream yarn, cotton yarn that I had on hand. She wanted blue, so I had some blue. And the next custom order I got was for this Buffalo Bills sports beanie, and she wanted the number 17 for Josh Allen, I think is his name. I couldn't care any less about football, so I don't know. I will link the video tutorial for this beanie. I did end up modifying it a little bit just because the yarn I had was a little bit thicker. It's a really good tutorial and the beanie turns out so nice. Do a cluster stitch round and a single crochet round alternating, and it is so pretty. I really love how it turned out. I actually wrote down how I altered it so that way I can label this like as my sports beanie. Now the pom-pom I found on Etsy. It is from an Etsy shop called Danny's Design Co. I will put it up on the screen and I will also link it in the description. She has like 4 different sizes for each one. I think it goes from like 3 inches to 6 inches. This beanie, I ended up getting the 5-inch pom-pom. I will link the pom-poms down below because like I said, they are such good quality and it's a small business and she's so fast. When I tell you I received my order in 4 days, and the only reason it was 4 days is because it actually had to ship. I have already ordered another pom-pom, which brings me to my next custom order. Because of this beanie, I ended up getting 2 more sports beanies. They wanted Oregon State Beavers colors, so orange and black. The person that ordered it, they ordered it for their sister and her husband, so they wanted one beanie with the pom-pom and one with no pom-pom. I ended up making the beanies to look like this. Usually the other beanie that I make has the fold over brim, and this one is an all-in-one brim. So I do like that. It's different. It's hard to see because this one's made in black, but it has the cluster row and then a single crochet. I finished these beanies on like Saturday, I think. And so I was just waiting for the pom-pom to come. This is the girl who has the pom-poms, Danny's Designs Crafts, not Danny's Designs Co. This is the 3rd time actually I have ordered from her because my husband ended up getting me some custom stitch markers for Christmas. And so he's the one who originally ordered from her. And then I saw that she had pom-poms on there, so I ordered that. I ended up ordering the 4-inch pom-pom. And so here is that. It does need to be fluffed, and the directions in here say that you can fluff it with like a warm blow dryer just to get like the fur all fluffed back up. But I ended up getting the orange with the black tips. I think this is gonna look, yeah, this is gonna look so good on this. These are super quick and fast and mindless. So if you need a fun beanie project, this is a really good one. I think those are all my custom orders. Now, as far as regular business goes, I am not going to be doing any type of drop situation to where I do like a monthly drop or anything like that, but I probably will have like collections. As holidays come up, I'm going to be making specific products for those holidays, and I want to still have my online shop, so I will be posting everything all at once, all on the same day. I think I have decided that I want to at least do 1 market per month. I really want to get my name out there locally and just try to grow my business that way and put a face to the name, create that brand of the Loopy Lady. Next market that I have is going to be on Valentine's Day on February 14th. I applied for it over the weekend, so I haven't heard back yet, but that is the plan. Valentine's Day in 2024 was really like the first time I like sold my crochet items. The first thing I saw was on Pinterest, and it was this little heart-shaped flower hanger thingy. I ended up making it. Now I have not steam blocked it or anything, and I just have this eucalyptus in here to save it. When I go to display this, I want to put some roses and maybe some like baby's breath or something in it. But I also wanted to put this eucalyptus in it. So it's just getting saved in here right now. It's all dry. I made 2 granny squares, and then I free-handed the corners to make them into a heart. Sticking with the Valentine's theme and sticking with the Pinterest theme, I ended up finding this purse on Pinterest, and I wanted to recreate it because I thought it was super cute. This is a cute little handbag. It turned out so freaking cute. I ended up just freehanding this because I couldn't find a similar pattern either. I made the strap pretty chunky and I sewed it together too. So that way it can create like kind of like a tube right here and just create more like texture and dimension on this strap. I did single crochets at the bottom so that way things don't fall through as much. And then I did double crochets for the rest of the bag. So those are really the only Valentine's Day related things I've made so far this month. Like I said, I've been working on custom orders. So this month I've already had 6 items that were custom orders. And then I've made those 2 Valentine's things. The next thing that I worked on was this cute little fish bones tapestry. This is so small. I wanted to make a smaller tapestry because the only tapestries that I've made have been big and complicated. So I really wanted to tackle something a little bit smaller. So I just found the chart on Pinterest and I just copied it in the colors that I wanted. But this is so cute. During my tapestry video, I ended up getting this like little pack of 12-inch dowels. So I had a pack of those. So that's what I used for the dowel, is just a 12-inch dowel. I marked it where I wanted it and I cut it down with a little handsaw. And then I filed it down with just some sand. It's not even sandpaper. It's like a little sand, like a rough sponge thing that I used. So that way the edges weren't rough because they were pretty rough. So the next thing that I wanted to make from Pinterest was this granny square heart bag. I just found a tutorial on YouTube of a heart granny square. This is where I am at. I made all the granny squares and then I ended up blocking them by just dipping them into water, rolling them out with a towel. I have foam blockers, so I blocked them on that. So that way they were all like the exact same size and everything. And I mattress stitched all the granny squares together. And then I created a siding with the red yarn. I was just gonna mattress stitch the panels together. I didn't want it to just be a flat tote bag. So I wanted to create like a little bit of width in between the 2 panels. So I ended up doing a few rows of single crochet. I mattress stitched the panel to the, what's this even called, like seam or whatever it's called. But anyways, I love how the bag turned out. I did it kind of opposite on either side, so when you are looking at the top, like the black and red are alternating as well. All I have left is to do the strap, and then I also want to do the little black scalloped edges on both sides and on the strap. I want to get like a black silky ribbon to tie on the ends of the straps as well. I don't have much to finish this. It's turning out super cute. I probably will end up steaming it just so that way the little corners of the border that I made will relax a little bit just because it's a little stiff. But all in all, it looks so freaking cute. The original project that I wanted to do for Valentine's Day from Pinterest is a cherry tapestry. I couldn't really find the exact like one that I liked. I ended up taking this graph and I'm kind of just using the colors that I want, and then I'm gonna add a frilly border to it to like make it look cutesy. I'm not gonna pull it out right now because it's in my Sula bag and I don't want to like get my yarn all untangled and everything, but I do have some progress on that. I just started it today at work, so I don't have much progress on that anyways. I'll definitely update you guys on that later and I'll show you guys that. But like I said, right now it's just like stuffed into a bag and I don't want to get it all out and get it all tangled. One more custom order that I didn't mention, I will just briefly mention because I don't have it with me and I don't have a picture of it. I got an order for an infinity scarf. So I used this pattern right here. It's a free pattern. I will link it down below. It is so beautiful the way that it turned out. I used this mustard yellow, I think like size 7 chunky yarn or size 6 yarn. It turned out so good and she loves it. I work with her. I think she's worn it like 4 times since I've made it. So it turned out really good and she loves it. So that was the other custom order I forgot to mention. Now that we're all caught up on the end of the year and things that I've been working on, I do have a mini yarn haul because I ordered yarn for Valentine's Day projects and also some projects that I have in mind coming up. I have not opened the yarn since I ordered it because I wanted to do it on camera and I just have not recorded. So I think this box right here has been sitting on my floor after I just cleaned my floor up. After I just got all that yarn off my floor, I put a box there full of yarn. So we're gonna open it today. I have opened it and I have pulled some yarn because I did work with some yarn. For the most part, like the rest of what's in there, I do want to like open it up and kind of tell you like what I have planned for what I got. I think I ordered this yarn before the new year because I had to use my voucher and I just let it sit. I did end up getting a few loops and thread skeins and this red was one of them, which you saw was used for the bag. I also pulled this loops and thread skein to make the little fish tapestry. I also ended up getting a dark wine red, an olive green, and then a dark mocha brown. Those are all loops and threads, soft classic. Keeping those in mind for tapestries and anything that's not going to be a wearable or a kitchenware or a home decor or anything like that. Loops and threads, soft classic acrylic is a really good option for an acrylic yarn. So that's what I use for my tapestries. So I just ended up getting the colors that I wanted for those projects that I've already shown you. But I did a little cotton haul because I didn't have any Valentine's Day colors in cotton. And I figured as I go along throughout the different holidays, if I just order those colors in cotton, that's how I'm gonna build my cotton supply. I got 2 skeins of burgundy, 2 skeins of tomato, 2 skeins of fuchsia, 2 skeins of bark, which is like a neutral brown. It's very cool toned. And then I also picked up 2 more skeins of black because I did end up using all of my black from Halloween. And then lastly, I picked up 2 skeins of bubblegum pink. Originally, I went into Michael's to get yarn and I have 2 Michael's in my town. Went to the one Michael's and we walked in and literally the shelves were bare. There was no yarn. And I kind of expected it from that one. It's not the best Michael's, so I was like, whatever. I never really liked that Michael's anyways. I ended up going to the other one a few days later and that one was completely empty as well. No cotton, no soft classic acrylic, nothing. It was completely empty. So that was super disappointing. And that's why I ended up having to order everything online because they didn't have anything in store and I really just wanted to go and like touch the yarn and look at the yarn. Now, while I was searching for Valentine's Day things on Pinterest, this vest ended up popping up and for some reason it just called to me. I don't really wear these types of things, but it just looks so cute. I also don't have really anything for myself that I've made. Like I always make things for everybody else and I never make myself things. I ended up getting Lion brand 24/7 cotton for this project. I was going to get Lily Sugar and Cream or Loops and Threads cotton, but they didn't have the colors that I liked. I'm thinking Suns and Moons and then maybe like a few plain granny squares in between like a checkered pattern. I think that would be super cute and that definitely would be something that I would wear, would be like a little sun and moon cardigan or like overshirt or something like that. I'm not sure what exactly I'm gonna make, but that's kind of what I had in mind for this yarn. The first one that I got was magenta, 2 skeins of tangerine, 2 skeins of cafe, 2 skeins of bay leaf. Lastly, I got 2 skeins of purple. This is roughly the color palette that we're working with. I know it's kind of hard to see in this lighting and with this camera. I don't think it would look weird with the suns and moons. I think it's going to look really cool. I think it's going to be very witchy and very earthy, which is always something that I really gravitate towards, is like witchy and earthy. So that's kind of what I was going for the colors. I'm not sure when I'm going to start this project. I have a few other things that I want to get to first, but I just wanted to get the yarn here. And that way, whenever I do want to start it and I want to treat myself to my own creation, the yarn is already here and ready to go. But yeah, that's the whole haul. It wasn't too much yarn, but I wanted to go through it a little bit with you guys and kind of just tell you my plans on some upcoming projects. I will definitely be keeping you guys updated on how my online store is going to work and all of that. I'm really trying to get my local name out there right now. My online store will be updated. I just don't know at what rate. So I have a few other Valentine's Day things that I have planned, and I wrote them down so that way I wouldn't forget. With the market mindset, I want to make these cherry car charms. Now, I've made these before in 2024, I believe, and they did really well at the market that I went to, and then also people custom ordered them. Also, on top of the cherry heart ones, I found these cute little strawberry hearts that I want to turn into car charms as well. The next thing that I saw was this little No Sew Love Bug by Wonder Crochet. Now, I saw this last year and I didn't get around to making it because I'm not a huge amigurumi artist. But I do really like this, and since it's no-sew, that's music to my ears. Those are kind of the plans I have for now. I have one more update for you, and then we'll go ahead and close out this video. I really quickly just wanted to show you a little bit more on my yarn setup. I'm going to zoom you out of it. At the end of the video, it still looked like kind of a mess up here and stuff. I got all this organized, took stuff down here to show you, so there's stuff that goes back up there. But I got just some other things a little bit more organized. I had fuzzy yarn in this cube, and I really didn't want any fuzzy yarn out here because I had fuzzy yarn put away. I wanted all my fuzzy yarn to be together, so I ended up clearing out this cube. So I have a full cube to be able to put more yarn into. I don't have my mic in, but I just wanted to quickly, I forgot to show you where I put my fluffy yarn. Our couch is like a little sectional, and the chaise lounge part comes up, and so I ended up putting all of my fluffy yarn in here. It actually works out, and I still have room. I got my sheets in here, some Christmas stuff, and I still have room, so that works out. Freed up a whole cubby in my organization. So I do want to organize these right here at some point, just not really skeins that I grab or anything like that, so they kind of just stay where they're at. So I'm not touching them yet. Eventually I'll figure out what I'm gonna put in here. It might be my wool yarns or like wool blend yarns, like those chunkier yarns for beanies and winter stuff, and that would free up, I think, that whole bottom section of the plastic organizer. I do want to get rid of this plastic organizer. I hate the way it looks. The doors on here, they do not stay closed, and I think it just looks so messy. I know that this isn't perfect, but I think this looks a lot better than the plastic. I want to get the same size over here, and I want to put it right here. The other thing down here is a tension curtain rod. I ended up picking up this from Facebook Marketplace for like 15 bucks. I have nowhere to hang anything to be able to like steam. I can like put it in my doorway, my archways in my house, and be able to steam things. I can hang everything and steam everything at once, so it's really gonna help me. I haven't used it yet, but I'm really excited for that purchase, especially since I got it for like 15 bucks. All right, you guys, we have officially come to the end of this video. I know we just yapped and yapped and yapped for the longest time, but we really needed this to catch up. If you made it to the end of this video, I really hope you enjoyed just catching up with me and figuring out what our next step is together. I lost all motivation in December, and I'm really trying to like grasp at that motivation again. My business back in order and continue this journey, and I hope that you're enjoying going along on this journey with me as well. If you have any other Valentine's Day themed patterns, let me know in the comments down below. Like I said, I love the Valentine's Day aesthetic. Love crocheting Valentine's Day things. So if you have any other ideas, let me know in the comments down below. If you want to find me on any of my socials, they'll be down in the description under my link tree, all under one, so they're pretty easy to find. They'll be back up and running before you know it. And if you want to shop my online store, I still have quite a bit of product on there at theloopylady.net. Like I said, new things will be coming out. I'm just not sure at what rate, but there will be new things coming very, very soon. I have quite a few things already done, as you saw, and quite a few things in the works. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That really helps me. If you want to see more of my content in the future, don't forget to subscribe to me. But for now, I think that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.